Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Connoisseur'S Conversation series. Today I have a great review for you. If you're a person that loves Gourmand fragrances, slightly syrupy, sweet but boozy Gourmand, this is the video for you. I've come across a fragrance from the house of Atelier that has quickly become one of my favorite date night fragrances. If this sounds like the type of content you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and once again, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down. This is the channel where we aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the different facets, aromas, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. Today, we're going to get into one of the best Gourmand fragrances that I've come across in a very long time. This is a fragrance by the house of Atelier, and it is Rouge Saray. This is the flacon that Rouge Saray comes in, and if any of you know about what the house of Atelier presents in its presentations, you know that it comes with these gold flakes, which makes it one of the most attractive, golden hued, amber hued fragrances that you can put on your shelf and give a great presentation. So that's the presentation. As always, these are great sprayers. They've invested heavily to their presentation, their bottles, their sprayers. Oh man, that is a beautiful Gourmand scent. Beautiful Gourmand scent. So guys, let's get into the scent profile. This is a fragrance that, and I'll give this disclaimer, I am not a big Gourmand fragrance lover. I am one who has very much given a discerning taste and great discretion when I'm choosing Gourmand fragrances. So in testing this one, I found that looking at the particular note structures, which is a fragrance that is an oriental amber, but it has these great Gourmand notes to it that it come off spectacular. So in the beginning of this fragrance, you get this heady, luminous jasmine with a coating of sweet cinnamon and ripe plum. And man, like, I'm not one to fall in love with Gourmand fragrances. It's very difficult for me to do it because I enjoy greatly sweet fragrances, but I'm not one that enjoys cake-like fragrances or gooey, very gooey fragrances. And so for me to come across this one and just take to it immediately, it just basically gave me one of the better feelings of going throughout my journey and finding out what it is that I love about fragrances. So let's get into this fragrance real quick. This is a very syrupy, very molasses-like date, sticky gooey date, but not date. And I hope you guys understand my ethos, because I'm not one who has taste for juvenile fragrances. So when I do pick one, it's one that I think any gentleman, any masculine man, any person that has a sense of character will pick up in their late 30s and beyond. So when I bring a type of scent like this to you guys' attention, I want you to know that there's nothing playful about this. It's very sexual, sensual, and alluring when I pick a Gourmand sensual fragrance. So for me, the jasmine, the cinnamon, the plum, and one of my favorite accords and notes that's come into my life lately is a sweet vanillic style of heliotrope, which this particular fragrance carries from the opening through the base and is done very well. I've heard different reviews on this fragrance and no one mentions the heliotrope accord, but for me, the heliotrope is the shining star of this particular fragrance. That heliotropes come into combination with the date, a mid of also having some combining molecules of patchouli. For me, the patchouli in this particular fragrance, if you're a person that's afraid of patchouli, it doesn't, if anything, it's the cacao style of patchouli, and it's very much so probably contained to it being a component of the fragrance that brings it and gives it depth, but does not have any it doesn't have any aura about it. The main components of this particular fragrance that brings about the sensuality, the attractiveness, and also the fun-loving part of this particular fragrance, because don't get me wrong, this fragrance is a date fragrance when you're going out to have fun. So if you're a person that goes out and you go skating, you dance, you get out and party, you get out and have a real good time, this is the type of fragrance that I wear in that particular moment. It's not one that you go on a dinner date. It's not one you go out on a first date with. This is one when you want to go out, have a fun, a night on the town, and you're doing something lively, but it's in the cool temperatures, and you want to smell attractive and alluring, and you want to leave an excellent scent trail. As it starts to dry down, you get that heliotrope, you get date. You also start to get the balsamic tones of this particular fragrance coming out, and that's where it starts to be really attractive to me. It's a scent that has a great woody undertone from sandalwood. It also has bourbon vanilla in it, and it has a nicely done guaiac wood. And guaiac wood, along with heliotrope, to me, are two exquisite parts of this perfume. The guaiac wood is slightly thick. It's almost like a moist wood that comes off of guaiac for me, and I love just how guaiac is used in fragrances. It should be, to me, one that is used more often, and I'm excited to see if more people start to use it, because that's a woody base that is very beautiful and alluring for a sweet, ambery and oriental fragrance that comes off spectacularly for me. As stated, this fragrance here, it gets a bit smoky, it's a bit earthy, but overall you get those really nice plum accords and dates, and the way they mingle together and play throughout with the actual heliotrope accord, the balsam accords. It's a smoky, syrupy, sweet, but not too sweet. And that's what I want to get across, because it's not too sweet. It's almost like it's how can I even describe this? It's masculine, it's dusty, it's oriental, ambery, but the dates and plum have this almost like this protective shell over those accords, and once you penetrate that, then you get to the ambery accords, but it's fighting to get to those plums, and the date accords is like the best part of this particular fragrance. I know that sometimes we grasp at how to kind of give you guys descriptions of fragrances and stuff like that, but for me, even telling you honestly, trying to describe a gourmand fragrance can sometimes be difficult to me, because I haven't wrapped my head around the all and total encompassing accords of gourmand fragrances. And so for me, I'm very excited to bring it to you. This is one that I'll rank high for someone, like I said, has a playful personality, a player flirt personality, but can become serious. And that's one that many of us want to have. We want to be charmers, and this is a charming fragrance. And I mean, this damn thing smells good as hell. So if you're into gourmand fragrances, that you're a man, and let me say it like that as well. If you are a man who wants to try gourmand fragrances, but you feel like I do personally, that sometimes that's not my genre to wear and work in, I would say give this particular fragrance a try, because it's one that I have taken a liking to, and have worn more than I thought I ever would. Even sampling, I got it, enjoyed it. I picked up a full bottle of it, thought I would have it occasionally in my mind to go out and do some fun partying with, but quickly it's become a fragrance that I even wear on a daily basis sometimes. So all in all, this plum, sweet date, heliotrope, sandalwood, vanillic scent with great balsamic and woody tones in the base gives off a great alluring effect to it. Sumptuous, very comfortable, one that is something that women will definitely become attracted to. That's one thing about this fragrance as well. If you were looking to attract the opposite sex, this is the one for you. And as always, the presentation is cold. Very nice fragrance, very alluring, one that you can pretty much, I would say anyone who picks it up will be satisfied with what it can do. Great fragrance. All right, everyone, that is my presentation to you guys today. This was another Connoisseur's conversation about the house of Atelier and their fragrance Rouge Saray. One that I picked up a Gourmand, which I don't usually do, and I've come to enjoy it. I like it very much. It's one that I would recommend for at least a sampling. One that I recommend for guys who want to go out into clubs, even a daily basis. If you have a lady in your life, you want to smell good around your lady, and she likes Gourmands, this is one that is masculine, portrays a masculine feel to it with the jasmine, cinnamon, date, and plum accords that come off fantastic. If this like I said, I greatly enjoy it. There's nothing else to say. I greatly enjoy it. So if you guys enjoy this content, all I ask you to do is leave a like below. Send this over to share this moment with other people in the community. Let people know that you and I here at the Dry Down are beginning to have something of a community, and we're having a great time doing it. Until next time, until next video, you guys have a great day, great week, and be blessed.